Hey all, Heretic here. Today in the Battlegrounds, we're talking about patch 31.4, and it's dropping tomorrow, January 21st, probably about 1 p.m. Eastern. And mobile players, you know how it is. It shows up when it shows up. Now, there's not a whole lot of Battleground stuff here, but what there is here is still mildly important. So let's cover some of the standard stuff because it's kind of leaning into what we're doing. It's not exactly, it's almost there, but we're gonna go and cover as much as is relevant. There is an in-game event. It is going to be choosing which faction you want to be, and then you will get a reward track for each individual faction. And this may shock you if you're not a StarCraft fan, but you get to choose between Terran, Protoss, and finally Zerg, depending which one is your favorite and which one has a reward you actually want. Pick it, go nuts. And I'm not looking at them at all. I'm just going to take back to my memories of StarCraft and the tens of thousands of hours I played in it. I'm going to say we're Terran, baby. Let's get some siege tanks and go blow shit up. Hey, I don't know, maybe you like to dip your toe in the arena. Maybe every now and then you're like, oh my God, I want to play some arena because I've got like 30 free runs, why not? And you play the games and you're like, oh yeah, I don't really play this mode enough to know what's going on, but you're gonna have the new arena pool being adjusted. You're going to have cards from Voyage to the Sunken City, Murder at Castle Netheria, Whizbang's Workshop, Perils in Paradise, and the Great Dark Beyond, including Heroes of StarCraft. And they're gonna get a weird new StarCraft card. It's gonna be the Wayward Probe. 4 mana, 4/3, Battlecry Death Rattle, get a random starship piece. I have never put together a starship. I don't know if that's good or not, but I'm going to assume it's good enough. There it is. Have fun. On February 4th, we're going to be getting a new twist with different sets being available in that format. They're going to be Legacy, Curse of Noxramas, Goblins vs. Gnomes, Blackrock Mountain, the Grand Tournament, the League of Explorers, Whispers of the Old God, One Night in Karazhan, Main Streets of Gadgetzan, Journey to Unguro, The Caverns Below is banned, in Caverns of Time. I mean, I actually liked playing during this time. I'm still not going to probably though, but I did like those times. If I was gonna play, this is when I would come back. I'm still probably not gonna. Now, the reason we're here, Battleground players, the things that actually are going to affect us, and those are going to be Battleground bug fixes and improvements. Now, we'll see how many improvements there actually are, but there certainly are a lot of bug fixes and some things changing that are important. We're going to start with Reverberer Drake and Echoing Roar will be temporarily banned at patch launch due to a bug that is scheduled to be fixed in an upcoming hotfix. Now, they've known about this for a bit. Kind of begs the question to me, why not just fix it before? Like, why are we waiting to announce we're taking these cards away and then that we're gonna fix them later? Why not just fix them now? Because they knew about this well in advance. They had these patch notes well in advance. Odd question, but once again, we get back to the fact that there's a staff of like 3 people there doing the job of probably 14, so yeah, it all checks out. Fixed a bug where knockoff Wisdom Ball would sometimes refresh into an empty tavern. Not very helpful, it says, and I agree. I use knockoff Wisdom Ball all the time, and while it may give me what I would prefer to be an empty tavern as opposed to a tavern full of either trap cards or just garbage, I have never seen this bug, so yeah, good fix. Fixed a bug where Efficient Engineer couldn't trigger an Echoing Roar on an upbeat minion in its off turns. Not very efficient. I mean, I'm assuming that's because when it checks for the end of turn effect, it's looking at the primary end of turn, which is the case of an upbeat minion, the fact that it's supposed to produce something, and then the Echoing Roar would come afterwards, but it probably just kind of stopped. Once it hit the first, no, I don't activate this turn because it's my off turn, it probably just ignored the rest of the commands the card had. But, I mean, I'm not a coder, I don't know, but good fix, so no complaints. Fixed various bugs with Karmic Chameleons sometimes not correctly copying. Not very karmic? Who is in charge of this now? What is it with the comedic timing we're putting into this? I'm reading it and I'm not getting it very much. I'm like, I don't know. I never had this happen. That would be annoying if it did happen, if you'd buffed a minion a whole lot and it went to copy it and it copied it as a baseline. But that being said, I've had Karmic actually have the thing I want die, or have it get so damaged it was almost useless, and its base form was better than what it was now copying. So sometimes not copying right could be a good thing, I guess. Fixed a bug where Rylak, Metalhead, Reverberer Drake, and Persistent Poet didn't work together. Now that is a very specific combo, and yes, I understand it's also a very good combo, but yeah, there's a lot of checks it has to make, I'm assuming, while it was going through that activation process, and somewhere along the line something wasn't coded right and it would just miss. Not really. It's very niche, but a good fix nonetheless. Fixed a bug where Thundering Abomination's buff overrode Butchering's buff on reborn minions instead of them stacking. Now that would be horrible. What if you'd butchered a lot? What if you had like plus 20 attack on those things from the butchering, and then A-Bomb's like, here's my buff, and you're like, this what? And for some reason the A-Bomb just won't die. All your minions keep dying and they keep getting reborn as these little shits. Meanwhile, you've got a plus 20 aura attack buff just from the butchering on top of everything else, and you're like, hello, what's happening? Good fix. I read the next one and I was very confused, but fixed a bug where Golden Private Chef wasn't animated, and I had to sit here and I was like, a private chef. I'm like, oh, well, it must be a buddy, because, you know, it's been a while, there's a lot of buddies, so it makes sense I wouldn't remember it. And then I look and I'm like, oh, it's a duos card. Now it makes sense why it won't stick in my head. Well, there you go. Now we've got that. That's it, folks. That's everything. It is not a Battlegrounds patch. The next big patch should be all Battleground stuff. Are you okay with these bug fixes? Do you think some of these are stupid? Do you wish you had more? Maybe, I don't know, but I'm still excited about what's coming up. What do you think's coming up? Let's hear some speculation in the comments. Let's assume it's StarCraft related, the new season mechanic. Is it a new tribes? Are we gonna get Terran, Zerg, and Protoss? Are we gonna get maps? The personal thing I've kicked around that I like is, let's say, and I know nothing because I'm not a content creator, I just do this for fun. Really, because they don't get paid, so yeah, kind of for fun. But I would like to see a different map. So, you know, like when you played StarCraft, there was a bunch of different maps you could go into. What if the boards that we played on had an effect on the game? Kind of like an anomaly setup where each one has a set thing they do, but you don't know which one you're going to get at the start. You pick your hero, you pick your tribe, and you're like, here's your board, and you're like, oh shit, this board makes it so all minions are one cheaper, or this board makes it where everyone's got one extra attack. It doesn't have to be crazy, although one cheaper would be. It could be little things. What would you like to see? Do you want to have to spend gold to farm Vespian gas? Are you looking to go out there and kill your opponent's SCVs? How is this going to work? And I know I'm probably overthinking it. It's probably just going to be cosmetic, but damn it, I love the game. I want it to be more than something less. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it helps the channel grow. And I just want to know what you think it's gonna be. What cool StarCraft related thing would you like to see in the Battlegrounds, other than just bartenders, a couple skins, be a sound effect? Like, give us something more, damn it. Thanks for watching all. I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you in the Battlegrounds. Then have a good one. Later.